Good evening, beautiful people. It is the time of the week, and I know you know what time it is. And this is Jazz Outside the Box with Zuko Yigi live from East London studios, Keith Ngesi studios, radio according to you. I hope you're having a great time. And yeah, so we find each other where we usually meet, and this is our great hangout spot. And I'd like to think that you guys are really safe wherever you are, that you're having a good time. Um, we're going to have a very blast today. And I did promise you that we'll be hosting one of the beautiful people, or should I say, a friend and a brother I've been blessed to have um, over the years. But before we introduce him, we just want to say hello to you all. We see you, Hamza Picholo. We are saying good evening to you too. Thank you so much for being here with us. We truly appreciate. It's always nice to have people, they stay with you around this hour. It is a beautiful month, spring, everything is blossoming, and we're starting to see the beauty of the nature. And I thought I met a friend last week, and we were talking about a couple of things. And we're talking about how beautiful this month is, September month, and how everything starts, taking shape. And we start seeing, the greens, we start seeing all the beautiful colors, in all their beautiful robes. And it's a great festivity of beautiful colors. They are all complementing each other. And we start realizing that the nature is too beautiful. And so here we are and experiencing all that beauty. And there's a beautiful poem that, that has been recited by a number of people. You'll remember that at some stage, Brakith also recited it. 2017 Abantu Book Fest recited it. It's a very beautiful closer poem, and I would like to break the seal by just reading this. It is entitled Inhlakohlaza. Inhlakohlaza siyakubulisa, mvuseleli sithi tyapufike, luhluhlaza olwambesa umhlaba neentyatyambo eziqaqeneyo. Ubulusizi umhlaba ukhetamile, uxwebile, uhlininika, umbi, namhla uyancuma, uyahleka, xakohlaza, siyakubulisa. Ubugugile, wambethe amajacu, uneentloni, amehlo ejonge phantsi. Wawambesa, wanjengomtshakazi, xakohlaza, siyakubulisa. Ibisozela yonke into eyindalo, mphaphimisi uyivuse yonke, emithini isandi senyosi, nasentaka asiswelekanga, yonwabile nayo imifula, iyadloba okwamatakane, ihlokoma idanduluka isithi, xakohlaza siyakubulisa, xakohlaza siyakubulisa, silandeli sobusika ububi, mfudumezi emva kwamakhephu, mniki bomi olandela intshazo. That is a beautiful poem by J.R. Jalobe. We felt there was no other beautiful way to open this beautiful show, and we are so lucky to be hosting, and the beautiful writer, he's a writer himself, beautiful jazz musician, and he's here with us. And he goes by the name Sinatemba Billy, and we call him Billy Master. Welcome, Put. Kunjan.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mzuket. I'm good, man. Nina.
No, we are having a great time, especially that you are with us. It's always nice to have people in this room.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I never thought that I would be sitting with you, Ray.
Yeah, man.
And
That
just
time.
yeah, and having a very beautiful, conversation.
Mhm.
And we're seeing a lot of people that are joining in. Some are saying hi, and I always say this. I don't like introducing people because I understand that people are always, evolving.
Yeah,
They're always covering new things,
yeah,
always taking on new hats. So I always give that opportunity to people, so that to our guests, so that they can tell how they would want to introduce themselves to people, so that I don't miss anything. So yeah, you can go.
um firstly mandiyibulise kubaphuliphuli Keith Ngeserato.
Mm,
Ndibulise kuwe, my friend. um yes, you already mentioned that ndinguSinethemba Kabili nguJambasi.
mm,
That
mm,
is ikhaya eliseDimbaza, and now I'm here, East London, staying in Vincent, the Guano College,
mm,
University of Fort Hare. I'm there as a TOT, which is a time on task lecturer. We basic music literacy and music theory, MSI, piano skills, and what is important, I'm a married man.
mm.
Yes, I'm married to a very beautiful wife
Mm,
that I admire and honor. Sipokazi Ngokolo,
mm,
esadibana apha kwano college.
mm.
I think it's after, but it's very
Yeah,
important, yeah,
yeah.
to mention that before we start.
Mm,
And in terms of the journey and the ihambileyo ukuzotsho up to this far,
mm,
in this fana nokuthi I'm not only kwicala la music only,
mm,
the wide kakhulu and broad in terms of, because the Lumanagi film industry. So I'm all over, man. I'm all over, and I'm taking every opportunity that I get and make sure that each chance and from an I use it effectively, so that these are sheer a trail wherever I go.
mm. No, thank you very much. The year is 2019, and it's my initial phase in that varsity, and we meet and we exchange contacts, and we have a very brief conversation, and you start,
Yeah.
showing interest in what I do, particularly the instrument I play. And little did I know that we were going to be sharing bandstand throughout in the year and extending even further. But you mentioned one of the things that you highlight Forte as a space where a lot of things happened. And I would like us to just zoom into your journey, you coming, to the space, and what really, led to that whole transition. Because I'm privy to the knowledge that your music journey started way before, and you were playing gospel mainly.
Yes.
And I wouldn't want
Yeah.
to go hard or maybe deep in that direction, but I would rather um, ask you kindly to just take us through.
Thank you so much, Mr. Get. really, I've been in this industry for so many years. Ndaqala ngo-2000 and two. I remember the lead singer gospel group.
Cool.
You know, if I think people will remember Ingoma AICT, Abanambona Bangeni Zulwini. So the group Yaicula, that song, it was a group from Cape Town. It was known as Imasonabe by then, but now it changed to Ikoba Gospel Group. So I was the lead singer who was leading that song. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So then, and the continuation, the change again go to the focus some more. We production, I think in 2004. I remember when I started learning a piano, it was not an easy, thing for me to play, because it took me about 2 years to, to even to follow the correct way of playing. So I've been on nervous kakhulu when it comes kwinto ndandiyoyika ke i-keyboard ngelaa xesha, because the guys sasihlala nayo, Mr. Goba and Mr. Sitela, those guys who taught me how to play piano. One must be gospel. They all want to talk about the fat chords. They must be gospel cats.
Sure.
Yeah. Fat chords. So Dandy, I was not good because on those in Jalo, but eventually, uThixo wandinceda. So as I come from a background, ephuma kwikhaya elisinisiweyo, so I've been following loo ndlela.
I see.
Yeah, yes. Up until now, even my jazz compositions, we have a touch hymns. I love hymns very much, because the cool from the church. So kwenzeka on 2016, I remember I was busy ndisenza a single ka Andile B from Epai, when I got a call from one of my friends, Mr. Mashalaba, University of Fort, that man, do you still remember? You said one day for Nuzibona, I say Skolwin. I remember I applied before for Alice. So I was accepted. That was 2004 by then. So izinto zamazahamba kahle sesiphakathi. Then I had to sibuyiswe nabanye. Then I told myself that no, I won't go back to school anymore. Maybe
it's not meant for you. Yeah.
But man, one thing that I want to mention is that when the right time ifikile in your life, things will start following you. So it was Forte, the guy from Forte who called me, reminding me about the dream I had of going back to school. So yenzeka ke loo nto, ndaya kwi-auditions. I remember ndafika ndadlala kwi-auditions, and kwathiwa let me wait for Mr. Makhathini ndingekamboni. Ndaxelelwa ngabanye that is a giant, so he will decide. So I think it was on Thursday by then. Got a man way Monday. The figure Monday, I met this guy, tall guy. Yabona ukutsho ngiliyoyikisa akafane ancume nje. So but the more this guy sincokola, then I saw, hey, ngumntu lo. Yabo. So then one test, I get auditions. Hey, I remember what man dlale anything. And akhawuleza ndatsibela u-F sharp wam because gospel
Friendly
yeah. Ndatsibela u-F sharp wam. Hey, what do you mean? You're playing beautiful. Can you please take this song and play it on A? It was a struggle, I don't want to lie. So Puma only the trials. So I said, Windward, zibe zando zimnandi. So isaqala ukuqhelana ke ngolo hlobo. And the guy one day thanda kakhulu. One thanda kakhulu because I was like nanis delela. But hey, sindilapha esikolweni ndize ndikwazi udlala, but I feel like akhondo ndiyaziyo. And I had to unlearn because ndafumana intoba sometimes yes better into ukuza sisazi. Yeah, so then I had to unlearn and empty myself.
If I can just interject, apologies for that. You, by the time you enrolled, you're probably one of the mature students.
Yeah.
And how was that experience?
Hey man, it was very, very challenging sometimes because a classing you have to adjust ukuthi ufane naye wonke umuntu and uve ba naxa when you talk to umzekelo esinye se-student uva ingathi ngoku silibele. So but as a student, man, you have to adjust.
Yeah.
And you are a student at Kubilin. So and who also want to learn. Nobody level yakho ithini na, but you have to calm down. And also the way my lecturers ezazindihlonipha ngayo, it was kwenye level that you cannot even imagine. So that also, and that's what indicates confidence in me. And that, okay, I'm here kokuqala ndizofunda. So le knowledge ndinikwayo apha mandiyisebenzise ngendlela yobudala.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Must have been a beautiful journey. And because most of the times when we find ourselves in new spaces, we're challenged by a lot of things, the issues of culture, and sometimes understanding how jazz is and the cultures thereof that are found, within this genre. And how challenging was that, like the vocation itself, the practice, and you coming from a specific background and having to adjust to some of the things in the music rather that was not necessarily from the old palette and from the old culture, the text and everything. How was that?
I don't want to lie. I had a big challenge. It's just that when we are given assignments that talk about traditions, then I would have that thing that, hey, I don't belong. Sickly, but I must learn other cultures so that neyami culture ndizoyibona uba iyohluke njani kwezi. So if I don't understand your culture, so andizukwazi ukubaluleka kwale culture yakho. So le culture yakho inento injectayo nayo apha kum, you understand. So xa ungumntu, you have to ba ufunde zonke ii-cultures, and then that helped me a lot because yandinika into yokuba, okay, let me try and also to understand other religions. So I went deeper and deeper, ndifunda iincwadi about other religions and beliefs. So that helped me a lot. I remember one time we were given ndandibhala ngo-Abdullah Ibrahim. Mna ndifuna ubhala ngento ene-religion. Athi uDr Mac, ayizukunceda into yokuba ufuna ubhale ngale nto usuka kuyo, because you already know. So umzekelo usenothatha le nto ongayaziyo so that izokunceda kule nto wena unayo. So it was very, 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 very challenging wena Mr. Yigi, kangokubana ndiyafuna ukuthi le nto le religion ukuyo okanye this belief wena unayo, if iyakusebenzela wena, hlala kuyo. And I'm not here ukuthi ndigxeke ezinye ii-religions. You know, when you advertise a product, you don't mention enye i-product lena i-competent yakho. Or you mention, you only mention le yakho nendlela esebenza ngayo. That is all. So I used that method. So to in order for me to stay,
beautiful insights, and I'm thinking a lot of things as we are continuing with this conversation. You touching on the issues of culture, on the issues of religion, on the issues of tradition, and if we look around, or maybe we observe the month we in, September to be specific, we realize that it is a month that is really put aside to recognize, acknowledge, and celebrate our heritage in this country, different art forms, and be it tangible heritage, that is your clothes, beadwork, any form of regalia, or any form or anything that's tangible that we refer to as culture, and the intangible heritage, which is music, what we are dealing with, and uncwadi, memibongo, izicatshulwa. Hence we opened with that poem, Inhlakohlaza. So South Africa happens to, to be within Africa. But as we find it in Africa, but also we start realizing that South Africa is not just one, piece of cake. But within itself, we start realizing that, hey, there's many...
Exactly.
There's many forms of beings and culture, traditions, and religions. And you're mentioning something very important, that there's a lot that we all could learn if we were to pay attention and believes in. And you're mentioning, I can imagine, because you're talking about Abdullah Ibrahim, and he subscribes, kwenye religion, and your mentor. And one of the things also that I think it is important to mention, I got to witness this, that you became the first piano student produced by Dr. Makatini in that university, which was a big thing for the university, knowing that the department, especially the jazz department, that was fairly new. I think by the time you did your recitals, it was hardly 7 years old.
Yeah.
And you became one, and your recital was one of the most beautiful recitals I've ever experienced. And so you are mentioning a lot of things that really, that resonate with me, but at the same time they highlight a lot of things about the university space sometimes, being safe for everyone and being there to sort of nurture and people, like, sorry, students that enroll
Exactly.
to be propelled into something great. So fast forward so many years later, you find yourself on the other side of the classroom, and you are a lecturer, and dealing with all the things that you have mentioned. How is that experience, particularly with you being a lecturer and being a father at the same time? And how is that experience?
Yeah. Firstly, I would say it started when I was a student, young Gelendo. There's one thing that maybe I would mention. There's in Doctor I ensemble Snipe High School. So to be where I am today, yeah, Galangala class yeah ensemble.
Okay.
Connect to jazz ensemble by 40. So whereby all the students essence jazz zidibane khona, but the problem ke ngoku edla ngoba khona ebantwini abaninzi they compete xa befika kulaa class, bafuna uzibona bezizitars. Yeah, it's good, it's good, but I understand that where when you are in class, funda, no, okay, you're here to help each other. Those about knowledge should be able to help abanye
Yeah, basakhulayo.
yes. Yeah, well, so it started then when I was playing for all the students, the department, being first year student, not knowing a sight reading at that time, the fat tool and so I was playing for from level 1 up to level 4 students. So that's how I get to know all the songs with the real book. So it helped me. So if someone plays a jazz standard from a real book, I can sing for you. It's a larger standard because I know song students basically the different standards from the real book. So now a real book, so number 2, into yokuba seklasini as a lecturer. Thank you so much to abantu who saw the potential that I can stand in front of the students for trusting me. My mentor used to say, if I'm teaching you Londo, if awukwazi ukuma phakathi kwabantu ngale nto ndikuteache yona, that means there's a problem with me. So I must trust you because the information endikunike yona ilena i-right ifunekayo. So ndibulela kakhulu for ukuthenjwa ndime phambi kwe-students nge-knowledge endiyinikiweyo, nam ndibe ngelaa xesha ndisi-student because andiqalanga ndavela ndiqala ndatyutarisha. I remember ndiqale utyutarisha nakhona ndiqalanga straight kwi-jazz, ndiqale ki-MSI ye-classical. uchutirisa before tshintshele kuyilandiwa kwi-jazz. So it's been a long journey, Mr. Yigi. It's been a very, very, very long journey because the Fumansinogba, as a father, kufuneka ndifike endlini ndithi ngeli xesha ndifuna uprepare kube kuthiwa ngoku make sime ngomprepare. Do you get my point? So asiprepare ngoku silapha endlini. You know,
Welcome back, beautiful people. There's nothing that's more humbling than load shedding. We're doing okay, and then for some strange reason, our power got cut. But thanks to inverter, we're back. We're back. We're still having a great conversation, and you going in how that whole process of having to play, or rather finding yourself in a space where you're probably the only pianist at the time, and having a greater responsibility, and to play for almost everyone,
Mm.
and how that in essence was a preparation for the work that you now
Mm.
do for the varsity, which in essence has been very great. And I wouldn't want to drive the conversation to the ends it's not intended to go. But at the very same time, I feel it is important maybe to sort of zoom into the areas where um, you started, bringing about change and transformation. And based on the things you've noted while you're a student,
Yeah.
and maybe, you having an opportunity to sort of avert those things. Um, how was that journey, and how are you finding it even today?
Um, I think when I'm Mr. Yiki, the journey of being a student, Kalanje,
Mm,
it's not an easy journey because sometimes you're going through a lot, especially when it comes to into Kala or my
mm,
NSFAS.
mm,
So there's those challenges that
mm,
even our students today are facing. These
mm,
challenges in Jala that a student would come to the class with nothing
mm,
on his or her stomach.
mm,
Now, Lomdo cannot deliver
mm.
because
Yeah.
akho nto
Mm,
into ecinga ngayo it's only sisisu esi
mm,
simbambileyo.
mm,
And one of the things that maybe I would say is that anything engena emlonyeni xa ulambile iba mnandi even if
mm.
ayenzi sense,
Yeah.
into engenzi sense, but xa ulambile ifike empty stomach uvuyela nje just le nto kukho into engenayo esiswini.
Mm,
Now what I'm trying why ndisenza this example, students would risk their lives
mm,
and end up as befola kwi-traps
mm,
ebengasuppose uba bangena kuzo
mm,
because of these challenges that I'm trying to address here.
mm,
So for me, it was not like that. I was so fortunate that I would gig like as a student. I
mm,
would generate imali like as a student because into ye-performance besibendiyiqhelile
mm,
kwi-jazz ensemble, and also because as you know that in the next studio
mm,
sam I had to bring izinto zam from ekhaya as a
mm,
student ndizosebenzela apho ngihlala khona,
mm,
so and generate imali so that ndibe nento, and also to share with some of the students ezaziclose
mm,
kakhulu kum. So
mm,
what I have, because I believe that the blessing endinikiweyo, God gave me this blessing because he wanted me to bless omnye umntu. Do you
mm,
get my point?
mm,
So as a student, that was a kind of a journey. But now, standing in front of students, it's a different story.
mm,
So I have to come to class prepared. I have to understand sometimes I have to be soft and go to their level of understanding, because some of them are not background in music. So how do I, maybe if there's a problem, or so how do I explain or dissect this problem kubo? That, guys, this is how it goes. So that takes ingqondo yakho loo nto leyo. So you need to be focused. So if you are you're phambi students, you are a lecturer or okanye a teacher, even if across a university, you have to be very, very, very cautious and aware about the situations of your students, and understand students indlela ezicinga ngayo. So you've got two kinds of students. You've got students eziphuma kumakhaya angafaniyo, but they push limits kakhulu, even if umntu akanando, but one, this person uyapusha, wenza ngandlela zonke that ba ayifumane le nto ayifunayo. Then what is your duty wena as umntu omaphambi kwe-student? So i-duty yakho is to take care of esi student, not sona sodwa nezinye uzijongile, but the potentials azifani.
True.
Yeah, understand? Even the background abaphuma kuyo abafani. Then kubekho these students ezikhoyo ziphuma kwindawo ezi-right, but ufuna this person akazanga because of bezokwenza music. That's one of the challenges that we face esikolweni, that is to have students ezingezizo musicians ebezize because of they're rejected from ezinye the faculties. So there's a upper music department. So we also facing that kind of problems. Students singaze sibe serious at all. Uthi ngexesha ubusy uteacher usefonini chatting, you see. So there's a lot, man, that we're going through.
I've been fortunate enough to witness some of the greatest transformations to take place in that space. For example, when we enrolled during my time, and there was no jazz piano. For students whose secondary instrument was piano. Instead, there was MSI keyboard skills, which were quite uniform and very basic. They were then used for both classical and jazz students. And then years went by, and transformation came about, where now jazz students had an opportunity and alternative to really start playing jazz, start playing their music, and start dealing with their songs, sight reading, and you name everything. And you happen to be, one of the people that were there to sort of make sure that that change was channeled the right way, because I can safely say that students who came in 2 years later, after my time at least, were sort of privileged enough to be taught the most crucial elements and tools of this vocation, jazz, like jazz music. And how was that experience in terms of really, taking a very sharp turn? Because one of the things that is known, that these institutions are premised on, if it's music related, on classical traditions and cultures where anything else is not necessarily a priority, and but anything else which is classical then
Yeah.
takes priority. How was that whole move and that experience, particularly around introducing students quite early into that world?
Um, it was very, very challenging to take that sharp curve because students were used classical keyboard skills. And I had to try and maneuver to come with new terminologies. So trying to make that shift from classical to jazz, even though the theory is the same,
Yeah.
but when it comes to application of EI or theory, which is practical, so there's it changed somehow. You can't make difference.
Yeah.
So I was forced to do it because I had no other way. I had to do it because I remember my first year students now is the third year. No, it is the fourth years now. So I don't want to mention names, but I've got a band in
Yeah.
and then but Timbile that okay. Abantu abafana essentially abazimiseleyo.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and who were willing to listen to what I'm coming. So it was into AI intsha ezindlebeni zabo, but they had to learn it. So whatever that you want to introduce
Yeah.
ebantwini endaweni yokwenza that rapid change, kufuneka uba ube nendlela a smooth way abazayi-understanda ngayo. Don't be harsh. Baqale because of iseki-develop stage le nto. So by the time udeveloper, so, and remember by that time it was the second semester when I started with them. So the first semester abantu they were like fully classical.
Yeah.
So on the second semester, then I took them and try to instill with this jazz jazz theory. So it wasn't an easy thing to do, man. But
yeah,
thank you to everyone who is students. I mean, ngela class uqala kwabo nabo ngoku batsho bathi
it assisted them.
If wangazange ube kanti usitshintshile, we would not have this information that we have today. So now we're very proud. We can stand and say no, see lapha kule ndawo in terms of theory nentondoni. So you've got igalelo.
Yeah. Thanks for that, because what we are noticing in many occasions is that the students coming from the so-called Bantu institutions are always lacking behind when it comes to development, simply because sometimes the curriculum itself is structured in ways that keeps them at that level of being comfortable with the fact that the little they know is enough. And yet the outside world is not about that. It is not sympathetic at all. It requires everyone to perform at that level. So thank you so much for bringing about those changes, and for also being there when those changes were being implemented, because you were a vessel towards, the transformation and breeding new musicians and singers, who are endowed with all these
Mm.
skills,
Mm.
so that they can be beautiful and competent
Mm.
practitioners. We are still having a beautiful conversation um, with Ubudis Netemba Billy. We call him Billy Master Ujambase. We're still going to talk about how he met the wife. Apparently, there's a very interesting story that when he was still trying to, and he was told to practice a bit more, because if my memory serves me well, the wife girlfriend at the time was ahead.
Mm.
She was a
Yeah.
senior, and you did not care about that. You wanted
Yeah,
what
man.
you felt was yours, and look now, and it is yours. But we're gonna talk.
Now I'm a senior now.
You know,
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about that. But let's just play some music, and then we're gonna meet soon. We're back again, and we trust that you are still having a great time. Um, Wednesdays are for jazz, Mondays are for jazz, every day is for jazz. And yeah, I hope you keeping warm. And some places are still haunted by this cold, which is so stubborn to leave. But we believe that, or we rather know that everything needs to happen for other things to be. So we are trusting that you guys are having a great time. We see all the regards. The wife is saying, "Good evening, gents," and we see all the other beautiful messages. Um, Maybe before I even drag it further, how did this journey start? I mean, because remember, when you go to school, we go to school so that we learn, not to um, engage, in matters that have got nothing to do with the business, which is school. But of course, it's different when an adult decides to explore education at a mature age. um, how like can you please take us through, because I always find the story quite fascinating and beautiful in its multiple ways, man.
Um, Amen. Yeah. It was on 2016. I was a first year student. Hey, Yongelenda, it started with preparing microphone
Yeah.
for the vocal vocal singers.
Mm.
So once microphone ayafuna udlala ngenye imini, yabo. So then I had to jump
Yeah.
and ndenze the microphone radical.
Yeah.
So I was forced to run the microphone physically.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Just to
yeah.
just for control, man.
Yeah. Because injongo yami ingekho ke microphone.
Yayikumphathi
Yeah, injongo was not like ke microphone. Yona yakhala ayakhala.
Yeah.
Yeah, but funeka ibonakala uba ibilungiswa ngubani.
Of
Ngoba
course.
ifeyilile.
Of course.
Ifeyile ilungiswa ngubani. So and remember, she was my senior, so she was ahead. So I pretended sometimes, like nothing about your music.
Yeah.
So it was okay when I saw her. I saw her. Yeah, but so I had to bandi dizame ke ukuzicengezela.
Yeah.
But,
So that she becomes this teacher.
Yeah. Yebo? Yeah.
So just cause
yeah. So I had to badi as nicks. So ngifuna ngifundise i-theory because ndiyabona uba
diabetic
i-theory. Yabo. Ndibe ndingabetheki ki-theory. Yabo, qha ke yabo ndilungiselela le nto
sure.
ndilungiselelayo. So one time base practice room, there was Usali,
yeah,
Nolwethu,
yeah,
Global, and also Elitu,
yeah,
Spain, who's one of our colleagues now. So isikolo sesiphuma Puma ngiqonda ndiyahamba baske bandikhwaza phaa e-practice room
Yeah.
besithi phofu bebhabhayiswa hey papa itapile hey yabona ndathi ndiyabuya
Sure.
now xa sebendixelela uba xa sebathi ndiyabuya bona batshona bathi uyaphi ubuya uyaphi ngona yabona siphumile ngoku eklasini so
Yeah.
I made men zonke tricks yabo like
Yeah.
hey guys and masiphumeni man masihambeni for lunch yabo I'm trying to impress so but ke it happened ngaloo ndlela yenzeke ngayo then we had ilithi xesha kangosobabini then asaphumi na-friends ngoku ilunch
No, bayaphi?
no lunch ngoku yethu sobabini so yeah sobabini and one thing that maybe I could mention is that okokuqala she is like laa mntu anguye in terms of sisikola esiya
Of course.
yeah she is brilliant so I had to go to her sometimes and say hey as umuntu advanced at least into ethile buzenzile so
Yeah.
could you please show me le into ihamba njani and anali xesha apha esikolweni yeah could you please come to my res and help me out. Okay, one thing that I forgot to mention is that as a first year angizange ngihlale kwi-res.
Yeah.
Ngihlala ngaphandle because the space endandikuso i-res the first semester because I only stayed in-res for 3 months. Then I decided to move. So nandisithi uba ndizawupractice and baxelele phaa kwi-floor yabona ngoku ndizawupractice because ndazana izipika zam ezikhulu.
Sure.
So baye ke bangxole on weekends kona ndikwazi ufunda ndikwazi uthini then on Monday ndiqale yam i-practice ke ngoku ndivula izipika zam so nam ndiyapractice as banaw beprepare so abesithi uwadena uzandinika u-single room so ndihlalela then I decided to move from a res to ndihlalela so la mathuba ke ngokufundiswa this theory so when ndifake i-invitation that namhlanje ngicela uzondifundisa i-theory so yabo so that's how it started then yaphela ke ngoku indima ufundisa i-theory kuloo mntu bendifundisa ilaa nto i-theory so it's a very beautiful journey man because we used to go out a lot kakhulu we used to like every weekend I would make sure that okay siyaphuma siyotya out siyothini yabo trying to uba ndimgcine elapha
Fuphi.
and also you know umntu xa umbona uba uziva safe xa enawe indawo nawe you have to uba umprotecte ngandlela zonke you know nandi overprotective kakhulu especially kubantu endibathandayo even say si-student yabo ndinto njalo even nasebantwaneni I'm overprotective if there's into engamphathanga kahle I should know kwenzeke ntoni yabona especially my last born ke nathi ndifekethela kakhulu so yonke into noba incinci would come and say hey daddy ndithile even i-last born kwi-girls esona naye she's like that so I have to
Yeah.
do that project.
Yeah, no. It's been great witnessing the whole journey.
Yeah.
I've known you as a student, and I've known you as a tutor.
Mm-hmm.
I've known you as a TOT,
Mm-hmm.
and I've known about you guys before marriage, and
Mm-hmm.
so it's been beautiful to watch this journey, which started, in that space, and now it has yielded so many things.
Yeah.
Um, Tomorrow, we are starting a new series that is called Amagugu South African Jazz Series, which is focused on celebrating South African jazz legacy.
Mm-hmm.
And last month we closed off with the beautiful songstress Pogazibili. She delivered a very sterling um, concert where, amongst people she had on her bandstand, was you on piano.
Mm-hmm.
And we find yourself tomorrow playing a beautiful concert. And I'm saying beautiful because I've been lucky enough to experience some of the music. And what should people expect about the concert?
Uh, Firstly, let me mention this. September is my birthday month.
Mm,
On the last day
yeah.
month, which is the 30th of September.
Mm,
And I was fortunate enough to play this gig.
yeah.
We give birthday month,
Beautiful.
and also to open the gig.
Mm,
So
mm,
this series.
yeah.
So what I would say is that people funeke balindele uncuthi lomculo lwesintu.
Mm,
And number two, remember Sigwi Heritage Month.
yeah.
There's a lot that is happening on September. It's heritage, spring, yonke
Yeah.
into is the
Yeah.
one that is
It's all coming together of beautiful things.
exactly. So siyayivula ngomso. So siphethe umculo ongowethu walapha eMzantsi. Amongst the songs endizazicula okanye endizazidlala compositions zam as wawutshilo one day that uphuphe ndidlala yabona ezinye izinto kwi-concert, so then ndiyayilandela ke loo nto leyo. Zange ndiyithethe kancinci because I'm about ukuthi ndihambeni kwexesha ndikhuphe i-EPM. So about 5 songs of my compositions. So there's gonna be a variety nje kwi-African music.
Yeah.
Ezinye ingoma would be ingoma zo Baba Abdullah Ibrahim. You see ingoma zo Dr. Makatini, prayer ethi Our Father. Very beautiful song. So there's a lot. There's ingoma ezomnqunqo ezikhoyo, like your African jazz ballad. There's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot, Budi.
Yeah.
So abantu mabalindele uncuthi lomculo. Yeah.
Thank you so much. To those who just joined in, this is Jazz Outside the Box, your space for sonic engagements and we are in conversation with Sinetemba Billy this evening, a very beautiful guest, friend, brother, and colleague. I've been so fortunate enough to cover some miles with him, and he's really a beautiful human being. And tomorrow, he's going to be gracing the stage at Beria, in Beria, through the Jazz and Pizza invention, which is a curatorship program that focuses on the performance of jazz music. But more than anything else, it's been a space of exchange, exchanging knowledge, ideas at a sonic level, and it's a grand stage where, man, for everyone who wants to collaborate and build with the creatives that are holding the space there. So tomorrow, he's going to be playing a beautiful concert. He's opening a beautiful series entitled Amagugu Jazz Series, Heritage Series, which is really focused on celebrating South African jazz legacy. So we're gonna be there. So please do pull in. It's gonna be a beautiful set in his band. There's gonna be Jeffrey Lottering. He also went to UFH, University of Fulton Music Department. A beautiful drummer, Jeffrey Lottering, and there's gonna be Theo Mgaza, a very promising multi instrumentalist from East London as well, and on upright bass. It's gonna be myself, Zuko Yigi, and there's gonna be Nolwetu Xobole as a guest, and I hope there's gonna be other interesting and beautiful things. So we are about to sign out. Maybe last words to your people.
People, please, please don't miss out. It's gonna be a hit engamandla on stage. It's gonna be an overwhelming sound that we'll never forget. So izawuhamba nawe yonke lenyanga. The sound uzayiva ngomso. It's another level of ilanduka sound. Music when I'm okay, just the last words. Music, I used to say it is the only language that the soul understands, that also heals the soul. That goes as well kwindawo ipilisi engakwazi ufika kuyo.
I hear you.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter okokuba ugula sesiphi na isikolo, but once kutsho music, you start to dance. You start, maybe if awukwazi uhamba, you tap, you snap. You see, so it's the only language that communicates direct nawe. Yeah, so please Ngomso, we invite you. It's gonna be enye into njena engayaziyo bansayibiza abayidoni.
No, thank you so much. You've had it. Yes, it is happening tomorrow at the Legends Showcase venue. Please be there, be early. It's a very great space. There's also a number of things happening around the city. There's Jazz by the Lake on Saturday at What Grove Farm in Brackfontein. Brackfontein is closer to Astron as you exit East London. So it's about 20 k's from here. It's gonna be beautiful, great lineup. The likes of Madala Gunene, Odon Okwali, Lowi Mhlanga, Zamajobe. It's gonna be a beautiful concert. Please be there. And there's also the likes of Ayanda Skade, um, Andile Nana, Anthony Pumlani Mdidi, Sakilis Mani, Carl Dupriez, Damlu, Lungi Sikekana. They're going to be in East London for an important work, but also be sure to catch them on the 21st. It's going to be a beautiful concert. They're going to be playing at Legends. You're going to see the marketing material soon. And on the 24th, Andile Yenana is playing at House 87, and there's Dana coming on the 24th as well. So it's going to be a very, very grand month. And with a lot of musicians flocking in, this goes to show that East London is really a creative economic hub. So please do go out and support all these initiatives so that our city can be in a better space and state. See you next week until we meet around this beautiful fire. I love you all and I trust that you are all safe. Remember, this is spring, everything is blossoming. This is time where manifestations are happening. Be good. We love you. Take care. Be safe. See you next week. Let's play you something very beautiful as we are signing out. And we hope you're going to like it. See you next week. That is Carl Shepard taking us out. I hope you're gonna enjoy this.